Welcome to Master of the Game. I am Juice, and I am so excited because today I got a package in the mail. So let's see what it is. All right, so here we are. This is the package. You can see there was some pretty big damage right here. This was in a plastic slip case that the post office must have done because they didn't want it to get damaged. I have not looked at the inside. However, I have read the PDF a little bit, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is a game that is in beta right now. Hopefully over the next couple months, they'll have a completed version, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Now, I have not formed an opinion on this yet, so you're going to see my initial thoughts right here, right now. So let's look at it. Ooh, that's pretty nice, actually. All right, set that aside. Real quick before I dive into it, it did get dinged up a little. The corners are kind of crushed in there. This corner's been damaged quite heavily. It's ripped. Yeah, that's a bummer. The back looks nice, but yeah, you can see a big dent right here, which is where the rip was in the packaging. And actually looking at it here, you can see it. That's unfortunate. So there's a lot of damage to the book on the outside. And actually, even looking at the pages, you can see there's damage to the pages as well. So first thing of note, make sure the packages are in boxes. Reinforce those boxes. This was obviously in more of like a bubble wrap. Not real reliable with shipping. So there's one thing. Oh, cool. This managed to stay in there. So here is the card. It's Soulshards, the role-playing game. And here it is. If you need to get in touch with them, you can check out their Facebook, Twitter. Website is soulshardsrpg.com. So check that out. And they've got a bunch of resources on their website as well. So I really like the quality of the art. It's not your typical art you see on books, but the colors are very vivid. It pops. The name Soul Shards, it just seems like this art fits it. The logo and everything, it all just seems to fit. And that's a big deal. That's one of the things I've talked about with people working on their own games before. And I've reviewed other games in the past that I thought the logo gave off a different feel than the game. Now, I don't know about how the game plays or anything like that yet, but just looking at this, if I had never read the PDF or anything, I would say, okay, Soul Shards, the name sounds like it's going to have to do with like rocks or shards of glass or things like that. And, they even have it as the O as basically a D12, but, All right, so let's open this and actually get to looking at it. So it has been signed, so this is cool. I like that. That is really cool. I like that. Oh, Mike Muma did some of the art. I'm a big fan of Mike Muma. He's done some stuff for Palladium Books. I have a Santa Claus picture by him. He's one of my favorite artists. So that is really awesome. I did not know he worked on this. Initial beta release, October 2020. And here we are, just 1 month later. That's cool. That is really cool. All right. You can see the table of contents here. Chapter 1 is lore. So the adventure, myth of creation, the other world, places of power. Chapter 2, how to play. So the rules, basically, how abilities, magic, gear, knowledge works. Number 3, conflict and actions. Okay. Chapter 4 is the different creatures. That's cool. Chapter 5 is the world. Chapter 6 is basically an equipment section. It says purchasable, so it's more than just equipment, obviously. Alchemical gear, mundane gear, mechanical gear, traps, services. Chapter 7 is abilities. Has in there quite a bit. Affinities, augments, aspects, form, responses, rituals, spells, stances, talents, tricks, hindrances. And chapter 8 is running the game, the Soul Weaver, and the last page is the character sheet. What Soulshards RPG is about. I feel like I should read this. Now, this is not the review. Again, this is just going to be my initial thoughts, but I do kind of want to read this and just let you guys know what's going on. Soulshards RPG is an easy-to-learn fantasy system that encourages teamwork and strategy with no levels or limits on character customization. Each time a challenge is completed, your character gets to learn something new or improve something old. It is designed to keep the rules simple while still being flexible. All actions are based on 12 skills that determine how many dice you roll. All rolls use 12-sided dice. Most rolls simply use the highest value you roll, while damage and healing allows you to roll many dice at once, counting the dice that show 6 or higher. We have worked to allow you to customize your character exactly the way you want it. There are endless possibilities for how to design your perfect build. You choose affinities that determine your character's specialties without ever limiting their options. With 25 species that allow you to mix and match half-breeds, no two characters ever end up being the same. That's cool. So D12s, those happen to be my favorite dice. And so that's good in my book. So I like the border. Again, it's going with that theme. It does look pixelated though. I don't know if there would be a way to make that look smoother. Maybe put a border on the border. If you're using Photoshop, like a stroke or something along the top of that. I don't know. Either way, that's like a nitpicky thing. I still like it though. Even if it never changed, it wouldn't be a problem. Otherworld. Places of power. So it's talking about some of the setting stuff. How gameplay works. How skills work. So right off the bat, I can tell you, it does seem like a pretty simple system. I like simple systems. It allows for more narration, in my opinion. And so I think I'll like this. Affinities. These little icons are cool. I do like those. They almost look like emojis. Which I guess they could be like turned into emojis, actually. I don't know if there's a Discord server for Soulshards, but those are the perfect kind of art for custom emojis or whatever. All right, how magic works. Elemental, illusion, infusion, mutation, suppression, transference. Interesting. Blank page. I'm assuming they left open pages for art. So maybe this is going to be a nice piece of art eventually. Same thing down here. That's cool. How gear works. Poisons. Ooh. Nature or magic. That's interesting. All right. I'm going to speed it up because you guys don't want to see me flip through every single page. Area movement. Okay, cool. So it does have, I was wondering, so a lot of times I see people design games and they don't take into account potential miniature play. So I think that's good that they did that. They used hexes for it looks like. And that's cool. I'm fine with that. I don't have any hex grids. And in fact, I don't know a lot of people who use hex grids for their miniature play these days. Probably because of other popular games that just use square grids, but that's okay. Chessex makes a rollout, or they used to make a rollout mat that had hexes on one side and squares on the other. And so I would assume that would do really well. It was a very nice, durable mat, too. Okay. A dragon. Very interesting stuff here. So it has these icons, which, again, I'll have to go back and read those. I'm not sure if those are there just so you know, like, the actual traits associated with these things. But yeah, it'll be some learning to figure these things out. Dwarf. Elf. Gnome. Human. So are these these must be the playable ones. Yeah, playable species. So you can play a dragon. That is cool. Insect fused. Mammal fused. This is cool. Materia. Someone's been playing some Final Fantasy. Actually, that was the vibe I got with in general. I mean, the materia is apparently a race. But the Soulshards name made me think of materia from the Final Fantasy series. And I'm cool with that. Pixie. My wife loves pixies, so that's cool. Raptor fused. Reptile fused. Redokuru. A lanky swamp dweller. Slender. Ooh. I like this. There's a lot of different species in here. A shade. I like how many there are. There's a lot of options. Like they said, 25, I think. Creatures, sentient, swarm, mindless, beasts. This is cool. Towns. So now we're in environments. Now we're in poisons. Weapons. I like it. I do think, too, if there was more art in here, that would definitely up it a little bit, you know, like putting art over the weapons pages, and being able to see the different things, you know, would be kind of cool, kind of nice. Either way, this is definitely, there's a lot of work that's been put into this. You can tell. A lot of thought, a lot of work. Traps. Oh, see, so I do want to say, I love that this book includes everything. Whether you're running the game, playing the game, this book has everything you're going to need. Now, I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing when the book is done with beta testing. And so we'll see. Hopefully they take some of my criticism into account when it gets to it. I'm hopefully going to have the review done by December. So my goal is to have this out by December 1st. I'm going to read the book, try to get a good sense of how you play it. Probably try to run some test scenarios on my end so I understand how like the combat works, you know, and things like that. So I'm going to give you a well thought out criticism on things. And I'm going to be completely honest, it is a paid review that'll be coming out, but my opinion is still going to be my own. It's not swayed in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, the things I love, the things I hate. If there's something that I'm just being nitpicky about. So when I say nitpicky, that means, while it might not be like my favorite thing, it's probably not a deal breaker either. And, you know, and every system that I've ever played, my favorite systems still have things I'm nitpicky about. Even a large group of things that I'm being nitpicky about will not be a deal breaker for me. And so, yeah. Nitpicky things are those things that I don't even care if someone mentions or not, right? Like I would still enjoy it, whether those are in it or not. Abilities. So looking at, like, flipping through here and seeing some of these, like, abilities and stuff, I like it. I like the scope of things, I feel. It doesn't feel limiting at all. Again, I'll have to see how it plays, but it seems like there's a lot of things that are still that you can do with your characters and stuff. So I like that. And that's just by reading the names. Again, I don't know how this game works. Did I just see shape changing into a bat? Shapeshift into a bat. This works as a magical mutation effect. Boost. While shapeshifted, gain dire beast. That's interesting. Companion vision. Oh, that's cool. See, these are some cool stuff. Being able to see through your companion's eyes for 10 minutes, or a target creature. Warrior's Resolve. For 2+ rounds, ignore impaired, worn out, and clobbered. Boost. Also ignore effects of wounded. That's pretty cool. That's like a rage thing from other games almost. I mean, not quite, but... yeah, I think this is going to be good. Now, I do... ooh, hindrances. So I do like using hindrances in games. I like having some negative things about a character. In fact, that's one of the things we're thinking about doing a table for, is like a random roll table for players to determine like a hindrance that their character might have. I like these. Wimp. Zoophobia. Wow, that one's cool. There's some good ones. The Soul Weaver. The Soul Weaver weaves together the adventure. So basically, you're game master. Preparing the world for the adventure and setting forth challenges the players must overcome. The Soul Weaver may award bonuses when a player roleplayed impressively in connection with the purpose of an action. The Soul Weaver, when in effect, has the Soul Weaver roll other than for damage, it counts as a skill roll. So, the Soul Weaver, being the person running the game, only gets one page. That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. All right, so the character sheet. I've had a chance to look at the character sheet online. I have a PDF version, and I didn't know what to expect from the game, right? Because I haven't made a character. So one of the things I will do is make a character, and I will be also critiquing the character sheet. So not only are you going to get my impression of character creation, you're going to get my impression of the actual sheet itself, and then, you know, how the game plays. So hopefully it's a well-rounded review, and I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So yeah, if this was your first time here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. If you want to see more reviews of other games, let me know in the comments below. If you have played this or have interest in playing this, also let me know. All the links to Soulshards, the role-playing game, are down in the description. I'm also going to do a pinned post that you can see down below. If you want to go to the website, you can purchase things. You can download some of the free stuff they have on their site. All that. You can follow them on social media. Once again, I'll put this right here. This was Master the Game. I am Juice. Game on.